Because it's really hard to say because, like, it's something that I've had a lot of resistance to, and I mean a lot of resistance to, for about 5 years. I don't know why. Basically, I've been a doormat. I'll carry on to explain it so you get more of an idea exactly, you get more of an idea of how and in what way and things like that. I mean, I used to let my neighbours take money off me when I didn't want to. Okay, let me come at this from a different way. I felt that being rude was wrong, and the problem with that is that arguing is being rude. But I've found out that arguing is not being rude. It's not being rude to argue because I mean, I would say that I argued with my mum, but it wasn't really an argument. It wasn't like, it didn't get heated. She threatened me, and that pissed me off, and I just defended myself, and and then we went on to have like a really good day together. We watched this film. I mean, we still didn't talk. I mean, I was pissed off at her because I had this phone call with her in the morning because we speak before I go over to see her in St. Neots. And I was saying I really want to get to know someone. I want to get to know everything about what someone. I want to know who someone is, what their ideas are, what their dreams are, and all this. And basically, she said to me, she hinted to me, she didn't hint, she just said, she used an analogy of an onion. Basically, she said that people have nothing inside. There is nothing there to get to know. And she also said, I complained because she never speaks to me. I mean, I sat in the fucking coffee shop with her nattering away to Enid for about half an hour, right? And she never has like even the slightest conversation with me. And on this phone call that I made to her first thing in the morning, I said I'd like it if we could have a conversation today because normally, right, we just watch TV and we don't talk. And she had promised me a conversation. She had. And she told me that because we're mother and daughter, there will be no conversation. And she was angry, and I was saying, like, why are you angry? I'm not angry. Why are you angry? And she said, I've got a right to be angry. And I was like, yes, you've got a right to be angry. But then when she put the phone down, I got so fucking pissed off. I was really, really pissed off. I was like, my mother is supposed to be my best friend. My mother is supposed to fucking talk to me. You know what I mean? Just fucking talk to me, just even a little bit. Just talk to me even just a little bit, you know what I mean? Um, and I let me just take a rest. Um, and the thing she did, it was just pissing me off. You know, she kept fucking moaning about how knackered she is. She just kept fucking moaning, and it was winding me up. And she sat on the. I don't want to go into the whole thing anyway. So we argued just a little bit. You know, she threatened to throw me out. Very nasty. Very nasty. Um, very nasty. And but then again, if I say very nasty, then I'm holding the same kind of space that she held for what she thought I said was really nasty, and that's why she wanted to throw me out. All I said was, and. I just said, and. She said, after what you said, you know, you should leave. So this is like a real moment for me because this is the first argument I've had in like 5 years. And the thing that I noticed was that it lifted my mood. And I had a great day. I had a really good time. And it's all, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. So that's my experience. It may be hard to believe. It may be hard to believe that like I've never argued with anyone for like 5 years. It may be hard to believe that. But I've been a very quiet person. I've never like had conversation with people. When people have been talking, right? I mean, recently, up to the last 3 or 4 months, I have been throwing in a little bit of conversation, but the 5 years before, you know, people have talked and I've never joined in with the conversation because I felt that it was rude to talk. I literally felt it was rude to talk, you know, and so I guess that's where it comes from, where like I felt like it was rude to argue because not only is arguing talking, it's talking in like a pushy kind of way, you know. I had a real issue with it, and I'm not saying like I'm argue all the time or anything like that, but um, I know now that it lifts my mood, and I have like I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm on the autistic side of the spectrum, but I would say I'm far enough that way to know that if my mood is like real shit, you know, if I'm feeling real shit, then, you know, I probably, I don't, see, this is it, because I'm on that side of the spectrum, I don't know what to do. I think what it is that this is new to me, you know, I've done it, you know, I've stood up for myself, but, I still don't know who I am. You know, I still haven't found out, you know. So I don't know, but one thing that I do know is that this kind of behavior actually helps psychosis in me. You know, I can't speak for everybody else, but I can speak for it in me. Standing up for myself helps my psychosis. Um, I mean, even in the way of like, if I allowed myself, I could have avoided a trigger, but I allowed myself to get triggered, and I started to worry fucking hard about a situation, yeah. Because I'd like gone into psychosis like that, right? And I was in psychosis, and I knew that like, because I was rude to someone one time, yeah, and it helped my psychosis. And I said to myself, right, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to worry. I'm going to worry really hard, and it brought the psychosis right down and it disappeared. So I have a feeling that like arguing and standing up for myself will heal my psychosis, you know. So anyway, I think I've said about all I can say about the whole thing. But I guess it's a story of healing. It's a story of, I don't know why, I was so soft. It may have been because, and this is really vulnerable of me, but it may, well, two things, right? I could say, whether this is truth or not, that it was because I hadn't accepted myself as transgender. And that's why I would never argue with anyone. I would never speak. I would never argue. But the thing is, I have always been like this all my life. And Teal Swan would say that this comes from emotional neglect. Like, as I grew up, my mum never, ever had a conversation with me, not once. The whole time that I was growing up, she would never speak to me. The only thing I ever remember is her saying, "Did I have a good day at school?" I mean, that is it. She never tried to get to know the person inside. She never tried to get to know the kind of things I wanted to do with my life. She never got to know the kind of things that I enjoy doing, who I am, what my passions are, anything like that. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, so see you later.